Hi children. So I figured whilst we are still in the midst of quarantine, I would do something a little different on this channel that I haven't done before. I uploaded a storytime video a little over a year ago now, and it has like 13,000 views on it, which is like a fucking lot for me. I don't know why this one storytime in particular like blew the fuck up, but it did. If you aren't aware of which video I'm talking about, I'll link it below. It is called Another Unnecessarily Long Psycho Roommate Horror Story, or something to that effect. I literally only made that actually just so that I wouldn't have to tell the story a billion times like in my real life. Like I was like, I'll just put this out here and all of my friends and family and everyone who's involved in the story, all their friends and family can just know the story and we don't all have to tell the story 10,000 times. I honestly didn't expect this video to do very well, and it was the first storytime video I ever posted on here too. And granted, it took a while to accumulate all those views, but for some reason, it really gets people going. So obviously any video with that amount of views is gonna have quite a few comments on it. There are a lot of like long paragraphs on it, with people like giving their feedback and whatever. I'm not gonna sit here and read you guys any paragraphs, so I picked up the few comments I could find that like weren't that long. There aren't that many, but I am gonna sit here and talk a little bit about the video and what's happened since then and all that jazz, because it's just like it boggles my mind, and I don't say that word, that that video has that many views. And me and Claire from the story were cracking up about some of the comments the other day, so I decided, why not? We're all stuck in our houses right now with nothing better to do. I'll go ahead and read some of these comments. So I'm gonna try to put a mix of like both negative and positive feedback, just so that it's like not biased or anything. Our first comment: yo, we're right up until she came to move her stuff and you guys stayed in the common room even though they clearly asked for privacy. I mean, that's just asking for it. I can definitely see why you would think that, and to be honest, if I could go back in time, I think maybe I would have just moved out of the room just to avoid all the shit that went down. But something that I had to edit out of the story, which I mentioned this at the beginning of the story time, that the whole thing unedited was like over an hour long, so I had to cut a lot out. They didn't tell us when they were coming back to the room, so we had no idea. We knew that they were coming that day, but we didn't know if they were coming at 10 a.m. or 6 p.m. or whenever the fuck, so we were like, we're not gonna just stay out of our room all day. And like I said in the story time, both Debbie and her mom had blocked me, so I couldn't even text them and be like, yo, when are you coming, since you want me out of the room so bad. So we were just like chilling in the common room, and then they walked in and we were like, maybe we should have moved, but whatever. We were in the middle of something. Like, we weren't sitting there waiting for them to come in like, come at me, bitch. Anyone who thinks a parent's house is a prison is an idiot. First of all, I would like to commend you on your screen name. Very creative. First of all, you don't know my life, and second of all, for a college student, yeah, a parent's house is a prison. I'm just gonna leave it at that, because that was like one line of the whole video. I love that that's what you took away from it. Clearly, you don't have daddy issues. Why don't you have more subscribers? What the heck, you tots deserve it. Thank you. I personally think I tots deserve it as well. Your personality is so aggravating and over the top. Don't try so hard to be funny. The girl clearly has some sort of insecurity or mental disorder. Both you two's problems mixed together is a hot mess. First of all, was not trying to be funny, so I guess I'm just fucking funny. And second, yes, she did have a mental disorder. Who the fuck doesn't have a mental disorder these days? Let's be real. And it was a hot mess. You're 100% right. Yeah. I don't really know what else you want me to say to that. Why did you skip some parts of the combo? And they said they just do not want to be your friend anymore. Why are you harassing them to come up for more reasons while they are moving? Just to respond in a very immature way. It was the opposite of mature. You guys were just trying to aggravate them purposely for storytime views. First of all, I didn't cut anything out of what they said. I didn't video the entire conversation. I honestly was hesitant to video any of it and upload any of it, but because I didn't show faces and because I changed the names, I figured it wouldn't be that big a deal. Also, nothing in that video is for views at all. Like I said, I literally, the moment that I decided to make this into a storytime video is the same moment that I took the thumbnail for that video, which is when Claire and I were in our room after we decided to leave the common room while Debbie and her mom were in there moving their shit and having an emotional breakdown. Like, I had only like started to record stuff to show to like people we knew, and then I was like, this would actually be kind of a funny storytime video. So nothing at all that I did was for views, and like I said, I didn't expect this story to do well at all because there's so many roommate horror stories that I was like, why would this stand out? You know, like I had less than 100 subscribers at the point in time. That was like probably one of the first like 10 videos I'd ever uploaded, so nothing was clickbait. I can be clickbaity, but nothing in that video was clickbaity. You sound like my niece. She's 14. That's fair. Like, I can't even deny it. The whole thing made me feel like I was back in high school. Like, that's fair. Sounds like you like the drama, sis. I do like the drama, sis. But could have done without that whole catastrophe if I'm being completely honest with you. Alright, I'm gonna end on a positive note in terms of comments, and then real quick I'll kind of update you guys on what happened since then, since it's been over a year. Getting a very Juno vibe from you, smiley face. Petty Betty, haha, smelled like poop, haha, the way you said poop had me dying. Mr. R.A., they pooped in the trash can and ripped up the card, bah ha 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 ha, dead. I actually haven't watched the movie Juno in full. I know what it's about, but I'll take it as a compliment since there was a smiley face and you said that you were enjoying the video, so thank you. That was like actually really fucking crazy. No pun intended, but I have no idea why they pulled that one out of their asses. I mean, what the fuck? Okay, so like I said, I'm not gonna read you guys any of the fucking paragraphs on that video, but I found some like common themes in a lot of them, and I'm just gonna go ahead and address them now. First one is, I have been called like immature a lot, and people have been saying that I was very petty and whatever. I'm not gonna deny that I was petty. I said that in the original video. I was very petty. I can be a very petty person when you push me to that point, and I was just kind of at my wit's end with her. I'm not saying that I handled the situation correctly. I don't know what the correct way would have been to handle that situation, honestly. And also, especially once it wasn't between just me and Debbie anymore, and once Claire and, oh my god, what's the other name I used? Jenny! Once Claire and Jenny were involved, then it wasn't even just me and her anymore. So it's kind of hard to really, like, have things go in one way when it's one person against like 3 people. And that's not me trying to have a cop out and be like, oh my god, I mean, I would have handled it maturely, but like Claire and Jenny didn't. Like, the whole thing was just really weird. A lot of people also were saying things like, obviously, like something was wrong with her and you guys should have gone to her and asked what was wrong, instead of like judging her for this. The whole dynamic of like the people in that story is honestly really weird. I can't really describe it without sitting here for an hour and explaining it to you. But if you knew Jenny and Debbie as people, like those two in particular, because Claire and I were pretty easy, but their whole dynamic was like, if you knew it, you would have thought that Debbie was in the wrong, because everybody that knew us personally was like, oh my god, I can't believe she fucking did that. Finally, I would just like to state for the record, while the 3 of us have reflected on this a lot and wondered if maybe there was something we should have done differently, Debbie did end up switching rooms again at least one other time that semester. So if that's not proof that she's the problem and not the other roommates, then I don't know what is. Fact of the matter is, like, you can't really judge a situation unless you actually know it. And it's just something I see on like a lot of storytime videos, people telling the storyteller, like accusing them of being immature or a bad person or whatever. And at the end of the day, like, if you don't know the people, if you don't know the story, if you don't know the whole history, you just can't really judge it. So I wasn't like offended by anything that anyone said to me. I took it pretty lighthearted because it's just a YouTube video and these are people that I'll probably never meet in my entire life, like whatever. But I will say that there are people out there that that kind of stuff can get to, so it's like my little kumbaya message for this video is like, be nice to people on the internet, because like you don't know what the fuck is going on with somebody or what the hell like really happened. Like you're hearing one person's side of, you know, in my case, like a 4-person story. So just goes to show you. I'm sure if Debbie had made a story time, then it would have been told very differently. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know this was kind of like a quick little video. Maybe it wasn't super interesting, but I thought it was a fun idea. And yeah, let me know if you guys want me to like react to more things, or if you guys want more story times. And peace out, Girl Scout.